things are not in our hand, situation will be also not in our hand, and challenges will be there. And in fact, any corporates you take, you will face challenges. There will be a time that you have to prove yourself. There will be a time there will be escalation against you.
It was really a great day. We had a great session. We learned a lot from your session today. There were very valuable points that we took from the session, especially. I noted down many points which I could take further in my summer internship and also my placement. So my first question to you would be, what is your feedback for the session and for the college in general?
My feedback overall was, I would say that students are quite proactive. Students, they are like, I can see from their face, after the session, while going also, they were very happy after the session, they understood the practical knowledge rather than having whatever is available on internet. So main thing what I've understood about the college is that you guys are giving training more practical than just having a bookish knowledge. Coursework is there, but giving a practical information is more important, because when I was talking to a student, when I asked them few questions, they were relating those questions, because I never have seen any of the answer those were random answer, yes, or they are not understood any kind of a context. So I think institute is giving a very good knowledge sharing about your coursework. Apart from that, I would say a practical sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, next, so as you know, we will be starting our summer internship from May,
sure,
which is very near. So, what would be your suggestion for the students as to how to maintain them in the company? We'll have our first days. So, what is your suggestion on that?
My suggestion will be that, they should first study about the company. As I mentioned in my session, that getting internship is quite easy.
Yes.
If not here, in any other company you will get internship, that is for sure. Nobody will be here who will be going to sit ideal. The first and most important thing is their preparation is most important, because many of them have that thing in mindset that just getting a job or getting internship, that means their job is done. What is most important is sustaining that internship or continuing that internship into the employment. That is most important. So they should prepare themselves, because they have ample of time now in their hand, understand, and as I mentioned them, understand the company history, job description, accordingly mold themselves. That will help them.
Yeah, that was great, ma'am. So you have 13 years of experience, which is huge, and we will just start our experience. So according to you, what is your takeaway from your professional life which we could inculcate in ours?
Never stop learning. Don't get comfortable yourself in a job, when you get a promotion, when you get a good hike, when you get a good brand. In my 13 years of my career, I have started with a startup till a CMM level, a listed company. But the most important thing what I have learned is I never have stopped learning. In HR domain, from recruitment till exit, I have learned everything almost. I have handled multiple job roles and responsibilities, but I never have stopped learning myself. In today's world, although I have a knowledge, I never have thought ki because I am a doctorate or I am a double doctorate, that means I know everything. It never happens, because this world is completely competitive now. AI is coming in the picture. You have to mold yourself in a such a way. So never stop learning. That's my mantra of success, I would say.
Yes, ma'am. Being adaptive is very necessary. Yeah. So, ma'am, in the session you talked about being keeping your attitude in check, and so, ma'am, it happens that we are the young generation, and often we are enraged, out of control. We can't help what we feel, and it shows in front of everybody.
Correct.
So, what would you say? How do you control that, and how to keep that under control in front of somebody?
Always remember that, keep. I have a mantra over here, your attitude should be very positive, whatever may be circumstances. It's not only in professional life. Think before what you speak. There comes a situation where things may not be in your hand. There might be chances that that you will never have thought of any circumstance, and you have to face it. but prepare for worst and prepare for, you know, giving your best also. That is the only mantra that you will sustain, because, you know, things are not in our hand, situation will be also not in our hand, and challenges will be there. And in fact, any corporates you take, you will face challenges. There will be a time that, you know, you have to prove yourself. There will be a time there will be escalation against you, but your positive attitude towards anything, I mean, positive attitude does not mean only keep smiling. It means also taking up that feedback and improve and go ahead and give that assurance that you will give best. That will help you to, you know, work under any circumstances.
So ma'am, talking about feedback, we have constructive criticism, and then again we have feedback which demotivates us to move further. So how would you say how to differentiate between that and take the constructive criticism in and work on that?
Okay, so there is always say that no means is a next opportunity. So there comes a situation like, you know, where you have to face failures, you have to take criticism, you have to take even some, you know, drastic strong steps where, you know, we have seen in a in corporates where people get laid off, they go under PIPs, even though they are performer. There comes a situation that few things are not in their hand. So what makes you you know, successful or a positive employee is your attitude. Take whatever comes, learn from that mistake and go ahead. If you have that attitude, trust me, you will work anywhere in the world.
So ma'am, asking on a personal level, like I think saying no is very important, because when we say yes and keep doing stuff, we get more work.
Correct.
So how do you say no politely to somebody?
Okay, so it's very simple, like, you know, we call it as a setting up the expectation. If you remember in today's session also, I've asked about the deadline. If you are not able to meet, how you will tackle that situation. First, most important thing is take a rough idea. Like, for example, you know that you are not able to do that. Tell upfront instead of telling at the last minute. Whereas if you can keep that or set up that expectation, no. For example, being a female, like, you know, there might be chances that you may need to stay over for a longer period of time. You can keep that expectation in, tell your manager that you cannot, you know, stay for longer period, or maybe you can work from home, leave early and maybe take up those calls. But what challenge currently, you know, industry is facing, that people don't speak up. They have that fear that they may lose a job, or there might be kind of negative impact about them in the organization. So you have to be bold enough to say no, because, you know, no does not mean you are not productive or you are not polite. It is about that you are very clear about your, you know, your work and your personality. Yes. So it's always important to say no.
So this would be my last question to you for today. So what is the one thing you would suggest to our students for our first day on the internship?
Okay, so day first, like, you know, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, be practical, be professional, present yourself as a like, you know, you are a smart employee than just an employee. First job is always exciting. I mean, it may be internship, it may be your first full-time job. Always remember that your first impression is your last impression. So that's why I mentioned that, like, you know, keep your knowledge ready, be ready under any circumstances. Grass is not always going to be green, but if you are mentally prepared and mold yourself for any kind of a situation, trust me, it may be your first day, it may be your last day in the organization. You will enjoy, and most important, enjoy what you are doing. Even if you don't like it, try to make it enjoyable. So that will keep you, you know, running in the organization, become successful. On day first, go by positive attitude. That's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
It was great having you. And
same here.